The unthinkable just happened. In the dead of night, the Dallas Mavericks traded away their 25-year-old generational superstar, Luka Doncic, a player who just 7 months ago led them to the NBA Finals. February 2nd, 2025. The most shocking trade in NBA history sent shockwaves through the basketball world. This is the story of how the Dallas Mavericks traded away their franchise cornerstone and why this deal will be talked about for decades to come. In the heart of Dallas, at a quiet Ascension Coffee shop just half a mile from the American Airlines Center, Mavericks GM Nico Harrison sat down with Lakers GM Rob Pelinka on January 7th. What started as a casual meeting between old friends would evolve into the most earth-shattering trade in NBA history. Their shared history goes back 2 decades, to their days working with Kobe Bryant, Harrison at Nike, and Pelinka as Bryant's agent. Like the slow drip of coffee through Ascension's signature glass towers, this trade would take time to percolate. 12 hours for the perfect cup of coffee. 4 weeks for the perfect trade. Both required patience, precision, and absolute secrecy. Since being drafted in 2018, Luka Doncic has become more than just a basketball player in Dallas. He was their everything. The heir apparent to Dirk Nowitzki. The future of the franchise. A 5-time All-NBA first-team selection. The 2024 scoring champion. His journey from Real Madrid wonder kid to NBA superstar had been nothing short of remarkable. Before he even stepped foot in Dallas, Dončić had already made history as the youngest EuroLeague MVP ever. He led Slovenia to their first Eurobasket championship in 2017. Then he arrived in Dallas, immediately transforming the franchise with his uncanny court vision and clutch shooting. The numbers behind Dončić's 7 seasons in Dallas tell a story of unprecedented excellence. By age 25, he had already earned 5 straight first-team All-NBA selections, a feat matched by only a handful of players in league history. His scoring prowess reached its peak in 2024 when he captured the scoring title, averaging an astounding 33.9 points per game while nearly averaging a triple-double. His career averages read like video game statistics: 28.7 points, 8.3 rebounds, and 7.8 assists per game, placing him 3rd in NBA history in scoring average behind only Michael Jordan and Wilt Chamberlain. In January 2024, he etched his name into the history books twice, first by recording 6 consecutive 30-point triple-doubles, an NBA record that showcased his complete offensive dominance, and then by erupting for 73 points against Atlanta, tying for the 4th highest scoring performance in league history. Only Chamberlain's 100, Kobe Bryant's 81, and Chamberlain's 78 rank higher. "This is the biggest trade I've seen since I've been in the league," says Kevin Durant. Or honestly, since I've been watching the sport. Just days before the trade, Dončić had dropped 73 points against Atlanta, tying for the 4th highest scoring performance in NBA history. At just 25 years old, he was averaging 28.1 points, 8.3 rebounds, and 7.8 assists per game. His career scoring average of 28.7 points ranks 3rd all-time, behind only Michael Jordan and Wilt Chamberlain. The bond between Dončić and the Mavericks seemed unbreakable. Former owner Mark Cuban had been Luka's biggest champion, attending virtually every game, defending him against critics, and building the entire franchise around his transcendent talent. Cuban had even joked about choosing Luka over his own marriage. But everything changed in December 2023. Cuban's sale of his majority stake to the Adelson family shifted the power dynamics within the organization. New team governor Patrick Dumont brought a different perspective, one focused on business metrics and sustainable success rather than star power. Beneath the surface, tensions were brewing. The Mavericks had stumbled to a 6-10 record in January. More concerning was Dončić's availability. He had missed 27 games this season, including 6 weeks with a recurring calf strain. The same injury had plagued him 4 times in 3 years. The breaking point came in the form of mounting frustrations over Dončić's conditioning. Team sources revealed his weight had ballooned to the high 260s, far above his ideal playing weight of 245. In November, the team had even orchestrated an 11-day absence, officially listed as a wrist sprain, to allow him time to shed weight. The Mavericks had tried everything. They overhauled their medical staff, firing longtime trainer Casey Smith and strength coach Jeremy Holsopple. But Dončić responded by hiring his own personal team, a Slovenian strength coach, a Spanish physiotherapist, and a nutritionist from Real Madrid, all paid from his own pocket. The concerns weren't just physical. Dallas ranked 19th in defensive rating when Dončić was on the floor. Opposition teams regularly targeted him in pick-and-roll situations. Head coach Jason Kidd's repeated public comments about Dončić's defense and conditioning had created a growing rift. "I believe that defense wins championships," Harrison explained after the trade. "Getting an all-defensive center and an all-NBA player with a defensive mindset gives us a better chance. We're built to win now and in the future." But to understand this trade's true magnitude, we need to look at what the Lakers gave up. Anthony Davis, a champion, a defensive anchor, and one of the most versatile big men in NBA history. At 31, he was having a resurgent season, averaging 25.7 points and 11.9 rebounds while anchoring the Lakers' defense. AD had been instrumental in bringing the Lakers their 17th championship in 2020. His partnership with LeBron James had restored the purple and gold to glory. Now, he was being sent to Dallas along with promising young guard Max Christie and a 2029 first-round pick. The Lakers' vision was clear. In Luka Doncic, they saw their future, a generational talent who could carry the torch after LeBron James. A 25-year-old superstar who could be the face of the NBA's most storied franchise for the next decade. The trade came together in absolute secrecy. No leaks, no rumors, no warning. Even the players involved had no idea. Dončić was at home recovering from his calf injury when the news broke. Davis was in Los Angeles, texting congratulations to his teammates after their win against the Knicks. The reaction across the league was immediate and explosive. Players couldn't believe it. Fans were stunned. The entire basketball world stopped in its tracks. How could the Mavericks trade away a player of Dončić's caliber for what seemed like such a modest return? The answer lies in the changing of the guard in Dallas, with Mark Cuban selling his majority stake to the Adelson family. New team governor Patrick Dumont saw this as a business decision. The Mavericks were facing a crucial summer, where Dončić would be eligible for a historic $345 million Supermax extension. Behind the scenes, frustrations had mounted. The Mavericks' concerns about Dončić's conditioning had reached a breaking point. Despite his brilliant play on the court, his weight had fluctuated throughout the season, reaching as high as 265 pounds, well above his ideal playing weight of 245. The constant battles with officials, the defensive limitations, the questions about work ethic, it all added up. But was it enough to justify trading away a player who had just led the league in scoring and taken the team to the NBA Finals? For the Lakers, the rebuild begins immediately. The team now features a backcourt of Luka Doncic and Austin Reeves, with LeBron James sliding to the forward position. However, questions remain about their interior defense without Davis protecting the rim. The trade creates fascinating strategic challenges for both teams. The Lakers must figure out how to protect the rim without Davis. The Mavericks need to replace Dončić's otherworldly offensive creation. Both teams are essentially starting over mid-season. The ripple effects of this trade extend far beyond Los Angeles and Dallas. It sends a message across the NBA. No player is truly untouchable. If Luka Doncic can be traded at age 25, anyone can be moved. Other teams are already positioning themselves in response. The Golden State Warriors acquired Jimmy Butler. The San Antonio Spurs landed De'Aaron Fox. The arms race in the Western Conference has reached new heights. The pairing of LeBron James and Luka Doncic creates a fascinating dynamic. James, who Dončić idolized growing up, calling him his idol, now becomes his teammate. The student and the master united in purple and gold. The basketball world won't have to wait long to see these new-look teams in action. The Mavericks and Lakers face off on February 25th in Los Angeles, a game that will draw unprecedented attention. Looking back through NBA history, trades of this magnitude are exceedingly rare. The closest comparisons might be Kareem Abdul-Jabbar to the Lakers in 1975 or Wilt Chamberlain to the Lakers in 1968. But even those deals didn't involve a superstar this young. This was accomplished at the peak of his powers. In Dallas, the fan reaction has been fierce. Protesters gathered outside the American Airlines Center, creating a makeshift memorial at the foot of Dirk Nowitzki's statue. Season ticket holders demanded refunds. The very identity of the franchise seemed to shift overnight. The impact reaches beyond American shores. In Slovenia, where Dončić is a national hero who led the country to its first Eurobasket championship, the reaction was one of disbelief. His father, Sasa Dončić, spoke of betrayal and unfairness on national television. The financial implications are staggering. Dončić was eligible for a record-breaking $345 million Supermax extension this summer with Dallas. Now, with the Lakers, his maximum extension would be around $230 million, a $115 million difference that shows just how much this trade could cost him personally. For both franchises, the stakes couldn't be higher. The Mavericks are betting that defense and veteran leadership can bring them the championship that eluded them with Dončić. The Lakers are gambling that pairing the game's greatest player with its brightest young star can restore their championship glory. What do you think about this historic trade? Who won the deal? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more NBA coverage and analysis.